What is the most important skill in a team game? Is it your aim? Maybe you think it's your game sense. Or maybe you think it's the strength to break something when you fumble a play. Well, okay, kidding. That last one isn't that important, other than for your table. The most important skill is actually your teamwork. That's right, not talking to your team and a lack of coordination is probably the most straightforward way to losing. After all, how are you going to know what's going on across the map when you're locked in on your laner site if your teammates don't tell you literally anything? In this video, I'm going to be discussing not just what makes communication so important, but also how to properly do it, because believe me, you are probably doing it wrong. So let's start off with some problems with typical communication that you will end up encountering. The best way to demonstrate this is with an example. Which of these 4 comms would you prefer to hear? Jet dashed up A main, hit 80, and Omen is up short, hit 30. Turn around, you have breach ults, use it on A main. Jet is coming from there, and he's low. Pop cage Cypher, Omen is up short. Ah, shoot, Tour A. Dang it, my bad guys, I whiffed. There's a Jet A main and Omen short. Odds are, you would probably select the first one I said. It is the most concise while still giving plenty of information to the team, letting teammates prepare as fast as they can. Now, about that second one, it's pretty obvious. That's not a comm. It's backseating. Backseating is more unhelpful than it is helpful. Telling your breach they have ult and they have to use it, or the Cypher that needs to pop cage, locks them into a rigid way of thinking and potentially prevents them from doing a play they may have already had in mind. While it is useful to remind a teammate they have a cage or have an ult, telling them when to use it instead of trusting their judgment, even if they are underperforming, is more harmful than it is helpful to the core team dynamic. Discussions of specific plays can be done before an execution of one, such as playing retake with breach ult or popping cages to block off short and main as the team fled site. These plays during a round are simply not useful and actually hinder the team from having explosive reactions due to the actual comm of Omen being short being delayed for so long as a result of being near the end of the sentence. Okay, what about that third one? I think it's also pretty obvious. It's not descriptive. What the hell am I gonna do with tubing A? Are they main? Who is it? How low are they? So many questions are left unanswered, to where the teammates on the site basically have no information still. Finally, that last comm. While they give sufficient information, it is unnecessarily delayed with the frustration of a failed play. Complaining is valid, but do it after the comm or not on base. Your teammates don't need to know you whiffed, and if you really feel it necessary to say, do it in between rounds or when there is a pause in the match, such as when pushing an advantage. Okay, so now that you know some examples of bad comms, let's discuss a bit more about backseating. You see, backseating comes in many forms. It isn't just telling teammates what to do and when to do it. It also has to do with giving too much information that isn't necessary. In pro play, you're encouraged to talk as much as possible, but in ranked, people go about it the wrong way. Repeated comms are a great example. You can repeat a comm multiple times if it needs to be done, but doing it more often than necessary just confuses people. However, the most infamous example of backseating are inferred comms. In other words, say Jet kills you a main, 10, 30, 20 seconds go by, and you tell your teammate he was short. He could totally not be there even. Give the comm when you die, and leave it at that. At that point, you're just guessing. Hell, if you have no information, and you're going off your gut feeling, don't say it. Because if you are wrong, it's not just a bad comm, but an incorrect one. Let your teammates use their own brain cells to decide their potential positioning. And if they're wrong, that's okay. We all make mistakes. Okay, enough with the negativity about comms, and let's finally discuss how to do it correctly. Step 1, subskizzle and like the video. Okay, I'm kidding, but maybe consider it. The most important part of a comm is identifying specific locations of each map. If you're in a MOBA, think of specific parts of the jungle or relative areas of the lanes. Are they close? Are they missing? Etc. In FPS games, know the comms for parts of the map and be specific. If you don't know the name, use key parts of the map to your advantage, such as pizzas in Ascent or the boxes and their shapes on Haven. Also make note of who it is you're fighting against in a hero shooter and the potential utility that they have used. And of course, discuss the damage that has been done. Don't just say he's one shot, give me the damn number. one shot is relative depending on what gun I'm using. And probably the most important part is to be positive. Support your teammates and be encouraging, even if they mess up. Mistakes happen, poor judgment is relative, and the more you encourage a teammate, the more likely they are going to want to do better because they have someone believing in them. That's all from me today, and I hope this convinces some of you to get better comms. But let me know if I missed anything important in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, maybe consider this video about why chewing gum can help you get better aim. And of course, be sure to subskizzle.